Davey, you said the tie's by no means over, not by a long shot. We spoke last week about the famous Bobby Russell winner and Alberts and all that, so maybe there's another hero ready to step up. I mean, did you see enough? I mean, PSV Eindhoven concede a lot. Don't keep many clean sheets. Did you see enough in that game last night to suggest that Rangers can score over there?
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt that Rangers will score over there. It's whether they can keep the back door locked. It would not surprise me if it's another 2 each over there and it goes all the way to penalties. It could, because they are a team that loves to attack and to score goals, and they do leave themselves open. Having said that, they've got a couple of pretty good defenders as well. The right back last night I thought was terrific against Kent. I thought he was strong, he was powerful, no messing about for him. Get away with a penalty right enough, because I still, I know that the handball was very high up in the arm, but I think in some circumstances that might have been given. But nevertheless, I thought that they were a really, really good side. But I think we also need to remember that Rangers are a really, really good side. I think they'll have another game in Sunday, Rangers, which I actually don't think is a bad thing. I know there's a bit of debate about that, but I do think that at this stage in the season, it's important that they find some cohesion. And although it'll be a tough game going to Easter Road, I still think there's more benefits to playing that game than not playing that game. And hopefully they can go over there and finish the job. It's not going to be easy, but nobody expected at the start of the tie it was going to be easy. So they're still in it, and I think that Van Bronckhorst would probably assign for that before the start.
Yeah, you touched on that, David Hibs. There was a lot of debate over this last week, and Alan McCoy weighed right in. I think PSV are going to have an open training session on Friday morning, and then their game against FC Volendam, which was scheduled for this weekend. The Dutch Eredivisie agreed to move it back to the end of the month, as you say, to give them more time to prepare. But you think Rangers will benefit from going down the M8 and playing Hibs? Tough game at Easter Road, but should they have been given the choice, do you think?
Aye, possibly. Yeah, I think they probably should have been given the choice. I think if the powers that be want our clubs to progress in Europe and to help the coefficient and help the profile of the game, they should be doing everything to try and help them. But having said that, I still think that it's beneficial for Rangers to be playing on Sunday. Now, I don't know whether Van Bronckhorst would have taken them up on the offer had the offer been made. No idea. But I don't think it's a bad thing they're playing. I don't know what Scotty thinks, but I don't think it's a bad thing they're playing.
No, I do tend to agree with you. I just think it was, interesting that, and the other thing is Ron Gordon, the Hibs chairman, recently said, I think he said in an interview that Rangers had done more than any other Scottish club to kind of raise the profile of our game and for the coefficient. It's interesting that it's Hibs they're playing this weekend. And, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst might have said thanks, but no thanks. But we don't know. Maybe the conversation, maybe they did have the conversation, but we don't think that conversation took place. I just think, I think the SPFL could have given them the option, and if they said no, at least they tried. At least they offered.
Yeah, you're right, Gav. But we've had this debate so many times. I mean, the SPFL. They just never want to. They never want to help. They get scared about fixture scheduling and stuff like that. So I don't think they would have had the option. Don't think that's ever been on the table. Never has. Even previous years, they always seem pretty reluctant to try and help the teams in Europe. So, but I agree with Davey. I mean, the Hibs game's Saturday, isn't it? Saturday lunchtime.
Yeah, Saturday lunchtime. So I mean,
Saturday.
Yeah, so Saturday lunchtime, and the game in Eindhoven is not until Wednesday. Yeah. I mean, it does give Rangers plenty of time. I agree with Dave. I actually think it's a benefit that Rangers will play at the weekend. For PSV to come out of that real intense game at Ibrox, to then just have a week of training, and you're saying open training sessions and stuff like that. Yeah. I don't think that gets you ready for a game of this magnitude.